So you're planning a big event, maybe a wedding, a big birthday, or even a corporate day, and you want to make it, well, unforgettable. But how do you do that? How do you get past the usual stuff? Today, we're going to look at an option that is, for sure, a walk on the wild side.
I mean, that's the big question for any host, right? How do you create an experience that's so cool, so unique that your guests are buzzing about it for years to come? What's the thing that's really going to make your event pop?
Well, let's just push the photo booths and candy carts aside for a second. What if you could bring something totally different, something alive to your party? That's the whole idea behind a company called Wild Science. They literally deliver hands-on animal encounters and crazy fun science workshops right to your door. It's this amazing mix of entertainment, learning, and just pure wonder.
Okay, so what does that actually look like in practice? Well, Wild Science basically has two main paths you can go down, and each one has its own special kind of magic.
So on one side, you've got their animal handling workshops. This is all about getting up close and personal with some really fascinating creatures. And on the other side, you've got the interactive science workshops, which are all about playful experiments and hands-on fun. Two very different but equally awesome options.
Let's dive a little deeper into the animal handling. We're not just talking about looking at animals from a distance. No, your guests get to meet them, learn some really cool bite-sized facts, and, of course, snap some unbelievable photos. But here's what's super important. The company puts a huge emphasis on animal welfare and guest safety. It's all about creating this calm, respectful vibe for everybody, especially the animals. And what about the science workshops? You know, while they are an absolutely fantastic way to keep the younger crowd totally mesmerized, they have a huge wow factor for adults too. Just picture it. Your guests are getting their hands dirty with fun experiments, making things fizz and pop. It is such a fun, unexpected way to get everyone laughing and talking.
But let's be honest, for a lot of people, the biggest draw is getting to meet the animals. So let's talk about some of the amazing little critters you might actually get to meet.
Now, it's really important to say that the info we have doesn't give us a complete A to Z list of every single animal they have. But what we do get is maybe even better. We get to see which animals made a huge impression on past clients. And that gives us a really authentic peek into what the experience is like. And this quote just says it all. Check this out. A client named Lizeth, Colorado said they even let us have Mango the snake around our necks while we held other creatures. See, it's not just a python, it's Mango. That detail makes it so much more real and exciting.
And the fun didn't stop with Mango. The same person mentioned Carlos the crested gecko, who apparently ended up on the birthday boy's head for a photo. You know, it's these little funny personal moments that show you what this whole thing is really about.
So, putting together all the clues from what clients have said, besides snakes and geckos, you might also meet tortoises and frogs. Then there are the fuzzy ones, like rabbits, guinea pigs, and even hamsters or gerbils. And for the more adventurous guests, people have also mentioned tarantulas and giant snails. What a mix!
But okay, beyond the cool animals, the real test of any event service is what the people who were actually there thought about it. So what are guests saying about their wild science experience?
Oh, this is fantastic. Listen to this. Ajay Saul booked a session for a corporate event. Yeah, you heard that right, corporate. The presenter created such a calm atmosphere that even colleagues who were a bit nervous at first ended up holding a snake. I mean, that just shows you how skilled these presenters are. Here's another one, this time for an adult birthday party. The presenter, Jess, got a shout out for making everyone feel super comfortable right away and for being really attentive to the birthday girl's energy levels. That kind of personal touch is what turns a fun activity into a cherished memory for the whole family.
And what about the age range? Does this really work for everyone? Well, this quote says it all. The experience captivated everyone from 2-year-olds to 70-somethings. It's one of those rare things that doesn't just entertain one group, it genuinely brings everyone together.
All right, so let's wrap this all up. When you boil it all down, what are the big reasons someone would choose Wild Science instead of, a DJ or a magician? What's the real takeaway here? It really comes down to this. You're getting so much more than just entertainment. You're getting passionate, friendly presenters who make ethical animal care their #1 priority. And what that creates is something truly unique and unforgettable for your guests. A perfect mix of fun, learning, and just genuine, wide-eyed wonder.
So, in a world full of pretty predictable parties, maybe the best way to stand out is to connect your guests with something real, something natural. Maybe adding that little touch of the wild is exactly what will make your next party the one that nobody ever forgets.